Are you finding that your manifestation is taking too much time to materialize in your 3D reality? Or do you have a tight deadline and need your manifestation to come right now? This episode is for you and will help you understand exactly what is wrong. What did Neville Goddard mean by telling that God is your own powerful human imagination, or that you are Christ, God? Did he mean that you can, by being God, order or force things into reality? Here's my own interpretation of what this much misunderstood concept is. If you're watching this, it probably means that for many of you, this is quite an important question, as you might still be stuck in trying to manifest your desires. You tried this hard way because you might have heard some manifesting coaches telling that it is possible to force your manifestations within a specific time frame by multiplying your emotions, doubling your meditations, or making 100 times more affirmations. Believe me, you'll see that getting on the bridge of incidents to your dream reality is far easier, faster, and if you've been trying the hard way, not only have you been adding to your pain and troubles, but you definitely have been delaying your much desired manifestations. Neville told that God became man so that man becomes God. He also stated the Bible, which told that God, when talking about humanity in the book of Genesis, told, "Let us make man in our image," meaning, as per Neville, that man already existed but was transformed into the image of God, an image of a creator. We, human beings, exist as characters on a film roll, and the consciousness, being the only true reality, brings the film to reality at a particular moment through the movement of a projector. And it is this which creates the illusion of time, past, present, and future. Like a stylus on a vinyl record follows the groove from the beginning till the end of the disc, our consciousness flows into the 3D reality from birth to the death of our physical character. In Reality Transsurfing, steps 1 through 5, and in Tafti the Priestess books by Vadim Zeland, we learn that we cannot change the context of a movie being projected, which means that life isn't that different from a movie film. Did it ever occur to you, when watching a movie you really like, that you didn't like the ending? Sometimes when watching it several times, now that you know the ending, you strongly imagine a different one. That may be the reason why movie studios started to release versions of movies having alternate endings, which is now back on streaming platforms, where you can compose your own movie flow with dozens if not more versions of the same movie with different endings. Vadim Zeland tells that we cannot change the reality, however we can choose it. Neville Goddard teaches the same thing when he tells that it is by changing states, not actions, that we are able to alter our reality. The states, according to Neville, are eternal, and humanity simply passes through it. If you believe that you are unemployed, you are in the state of an unemployed person, and that state is eternal. You do have a choice of shifting to another state, of fact to be gainfully employed. If you're not new to Neville Goddard, I'm sure you've heard this again and again in several of his lectures, and by reading through the comments of YouTube or Reddit posts or Facebook groups, you see that for many persons, simply applying these concepts have been easy since their desires are transformed into their 3D reality. And some tell you that you simply have to change your concept of self, or that you might have some blockages that prevent your desires from hardening into facts. It's frustrating, I know, but it truly is far simpler than that. In episode 3, we discuss about Eckhart Tolle's explanation of getting into the now moment and discovering its tremendous power. Remember Neville's concept that you are God, meaning that God is in you. You probably missed the fact that he isn't telling that the creature is the creator, but he is very clear that God becomes man so that man becomes God. From what I understand of this is that, similar to characters of a very interesting book, the writer projects himself into one or several of his characters, essentially bringing them into life through his imagination. We are these characters, and God is the dreamer. By embedding this concept, you will make a tremendous leap in your reality creation, and you will find that you will manifest a better reality faster than the time frame you initially determined. I don't think that the character is able to force the writer's hands to write a specific twist in their timeline. However, the consciousness of a character brings the character to life, and the writer, with a flow, is able to give a different direction to the storyline. This is why Eckhart Tolle teaches to get into the silence so as to harness the power of now, and that Neville Goddard teaches the state akin to sleep to give form to your imaginative thought. By doing so, you end the noise of a thought feed and you can focus on who you truly are. The author of your own reality, you essentially get into the mind of God. Therefore, you discover your true nature, and it's only then that you can alter your reality. However, you cannot forcefully create your reality, be it by taking excessive action or by taking excessive mental work. Do not do anything in excess. You would simply be wasting your energy and delaying your manifestation. You never try to open the engine compartment of your car and try to manually move the pistons to make it go faster. Remember that hen who laid golden eggs. When the owner wanted to get more of it, he killed the hen, which of course ruined the magic. If you come from the Christian evangelic world, you might have been told that if you do these oriental meditations or breathing techniques, you will be attracting demons. The fact is that you are giving your energy to some rituals or techniques, and this dilutes your light beam, and instead of being focused and strong as a laser, you are spreading your beam like a very weak electric torch. Neville himself taught that meditating over your navel or trying to awaken your kundalini would not be effective in your reality creation. Many manifesting gurus insist that you should write your desire hundreds of times so that they manifest. If you do not have the feeling of a wish fulfilled, all of this would be taking the hard route and wasting your energy. Remember that the book of Vadim Zeland is called Reality Transsurfing, not Reality Transcrawler. What this means is that going with the flow is far more effective and energy efficient than trying to force through your reality. Are you still with me? Please leave a comment in the comment section below and like this video to recommend this video to more viewers. According to Neville, Christ is your own wonderful human imagination. Therefore, if you delegate your needs to Him who now is you, your old self cannot insist to grab the steering wheel. If you did so, that's why your car isn't going on a straight line and your manifestations aren't yet there. You are wrestling with the driver for the wheel. Don't do that. Just sit back and relax in the back seat of your limousine and enjoy the ride in your premium massaging seat. You are in the hands of the best driver of the whole universe. The moment you start to let go, which doesn't mean forgetting about your desired reality thing, which I wrongly thought for months, but meaning that you let go for your own control, trusting that God, whom you now know is in you, you will manifest it in His way. You very often notice, and that's quite immediately, that you get on the bridge of incidents. You will see things change right before your eyes, and most importantly, you will feel more calm and serene. You'll feel so much better, and you will understand that the time frame you have set didn't make sense, as things are flowing like a river around what previously appeared to be an obstacle. This feeling of freedom will transform whatever issues you had into very minor things, and you will enjoy the ride. Like Abdullah told to Neville, you are going to Barbados and you're going first class. By following the flow, you'll find that this road is not only easier but also much more powerful, as it can instantly freeze the overwhelming power of several issues in your life simultaneously. Remember the lady's story that Neville told in one of his lectures, the number of issues she had which miraculously fade away when she got into the feeling of, isn't it wonderful? See, this is an affirmation, but she got into the feeling that everything is already okay in her life. And that's how what seemed to be impossible became possible. Let us end this video quoting a lecture from Neville Goddard called Power. For everything here is God, and God being man. His every attribute is personified. So when you meet God as power, it's man. Meet him as wisdom, it's man. Meet him as love, it's man. So I tell you, this power of which I speak is right here in your own wonderful human imagination. Don't turn to another. Don't turn to anything on the outside. It's all within. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and God is in his heaven. If I turn within, where do I turn? I turn to my own wonderful human imagination. And then I imagine what I want as real in my world and persuade myself that it's true. To the degree that I am self-persuaded, it becomes true. It actually clothes itself in what the world calls reality. But the reality is not the visible thing they see. The reality is the unseen state which I have imagined. You take the oak, cut it down, it renews itself by the invisible state. The little lamb, you slay it with a knife, but the reality of that lamb, that form that is forever, is unseen by man. Well, God is currently meditating this life. This is but a projection of itself in the world. And when he wakes within me, completely wakes, I am he. God actually became me, that I may become God. And he's put me through all the paces, allowing me to make all the mistakes, to make a monster like the thing that I talked about earlier. I made that, and I made the lovely one, and he allows it in his meditation. He is the dreamer in me, and he is dreaming this, and dreaming everything that I dream in this world. And when he awakes, this will cease to be, and I am he, and he is God. So I tell you, go out and try it. Beginning tonight, I'll make you this promise. If you try faithfully, he will not fail. And now, let us go into the silence.